Good evening and welcome to the first of two meetings tonight. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove. And at this time, we will convene our Board of Sanitation meeting for Monday, March the 15th, 2021. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my left.
Dave Harrison.
James Kaufman, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Sandy Seward.
Thank you, Board. You have been presented a printed copy of the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, March the 1st, 2021. Floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye and the motion carries. Thank you. This evening, Board, we have 3 pages of wastewater claims in the amount of $93,785.11. The floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the wastewater claims dated March the 15th, 2021 in the amount of $93,785.11.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye and the motion carries. Thank you, Board. That concludes claims. We have no unfinished business or new business this evening. Comments from board members?
I have none.
I have none. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
Meeting is adjourned and we will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting as soon as we reset. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to our second and final meeting this evening. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove. And at this time, I'll convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for Monday, March the 15th, 2021. In lieu of a roll call, I'll ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my left.
Dave Harrison.
James Kaufman, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Sandy Seward.
Thank you, Board. You have been presented a printed copy of the minutes dated Monday, March the 1st, 2021. The floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes dated Monday, March the 1st, 2021. Motion to approve.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you, Board. This evening, we have 24 pages of corporate claims in the amount of $1,174,544.49. Floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none. Thank you.
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the corporate claims dated March the 15th, 2021 in the amount of $1,174,544.49.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you, Board. We have no unfinished business to carry over from the previous meeting. Under new business, we have several items this evening, and the first item is approval for the annual Oktoberfest. So I'll defer to the clerk to read the request into the record. Thank you.
Dear Beech Grove Board of Works and Safety, on behalf of Holy Name of Jesus Catholic Church and the Oktoberfest 2020 Committee, we would like to request permission and assistance from the City of Beech Grove regarding the following areas for our 9th annual Oktoberfest that will be held on October 1st through the 2nd, 2021. Closure of 16th Avenue between Albany Street, North End, and Main Street, South End, including barricades from street traffic beginning Friday, October 1st at 1 p.m. through Sunday, October 3rd. This closure time frame includes setup, teardown, and time of the event. Assistance with providing trash totes and recycle totes along with trash pickup from the city. Use of the picnic tables from the Parks Department. Temporary sewer line connection and hookup for use of the portable restroom facilities on site. Placement of promotional banners and assistance from the city and placement of these banners that will be provided by Holy Name. As always, we assume responsibility for notifying all surrounding neighbors of the details of the Oktoberfest event, including notification of the street closure. The Holy Name Oktoberfest is a community event that will be open to the entire Beech Grove community. We encourage our community to participate in this event devoted to food, fun, health and safety, and entertainment. The City of Beech Grove continues to be an important part of this tradition of neighborhood spirit and celebration. We appreciate the assistance from the City and Board of Works in making this event a success for Holy Name. If you have any questions, please contact any of the 2021 event co-chairs at the contact information listed below. Thank you for your help and consideration. Kind regards, Kelly England, Dan Sizemore, and Barry Stafford, co-chairs of the 2021 Holy Name Oktoberfest.
Comments from board members?
I have none.
No, I have none.
The only really thing that we have to approve is the street closure. Everything else we've done in the past, and there's no reason why we wouldn't do it again. I would recommend to this board that we just allow them to close 16th Street from Albany South to the alley. But other than that, this is the same as previous years, and it's a good sign that we're getting back to some type of normalcy. I don't know what that is going to be, but I'm glad that they brought this forward. So,
Agree.
Craig, any thoughts?
No, I mean, for many years, there's been no issues. I think they hire a lot of our off-duty police to do security, so pretty good.
Having said that, I'll ask for a motion to approve the request from Holy Name of Jesus Catholic Church concerning the Oktoberfest 2021.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next up is a request from the Beech Grove Little League for their annual parade. I'll defer to the clerk to read it into the record.
To whom it may concern, we are requesting our annual parade to take place on Saturday, April 24th, 2021, departing from Sarah T. Bolton Park at 9 a.m. with the same route as previous years. We will follow guidelines and have players wear masks and social distance. As always, thank you for your support, and please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you, Amanda Carver, League Information Officer.
The annual Little League Parade starts in the city park and goes up the hill, and when it gets up to the top of the hill, it splits. And the girls softball takes off north on 13th, and the Little League goes to the Little League Diamonds. And once again, this is another sign that, hopefully there's some normalcy here.
Agree.
So, any questions or thoughts from board members?
None.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the request from Beech Grove Little League, provided there's no issues with the police. Rob, you have any issues with it?
None, thank you.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next up is the fireworks approval from the Promoters Club, and I'll defer to the clerk to read the request into the record. Jim?
Board members, the Beech Grove Promoters Club requests permission to present two of our annual events, the Fall Festival and the Festival Parade on the streets of the city. The festival dates will be Wednesday, September 15th through Saturday, September 18th, with set up to be Tuesday, September 14th, 2021. The street closings we are requesting are Tuesday, Main Street from 3rd to 7th Avenues, and 4th, 5th, and 6th Avenues from Main Street to the alleys, both north and south, from 5 p.m. until setup is complete. Main Street will be open to traffic during business hours. However, 4th and 5th will be permanently closed. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the above listed streets from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m. Saturday, the above listed streets from noon until 11 p.m. In addition, Main Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues from noon until 6 p.m. and Main Street between 6th and 7th Avenues from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. For the parade, we request Main Street from 17th to 8th Avenues for the parade route starting at noon, and Main Street from 17th to 25th Avenues for the parade lineup starting at 10 a.m. In addition, during the duration of the festival and setup Tuesday through Saturday, we request permission to use the public parking area located north of the alley at 6th Avenue and Main Street behind the Geschweiler Senior Citizen Center. We also request permission to draw electrical power from the meter that is already in place and to draw water from the Senior Citizen Center. The Promoters Club will pay for all water and electric used during this time. The carnival rides will again be contracted to Poor Jack Amusements, and proper certificates of insurance will be provided prior to setup. In past years, we have experienced excellent support from the police, fire, and street departments, and looking forward to that relationship again this year. Respectfully, John Cirillo, Beech Grove Promoters Club.
Questions or comments from board members?
I have none.
Is this anything that maybe later on we need to consider limiting attendance?
I think by this time of the year, September, there may not be any type of restriction. The president wants to be open by Independence Day. So I think we should go ahead and approve it. We can always go back and make restrictions.
I understand September, but I'm talking about July.
No, I want to move forward.
Okay.
Before I ask for a motion, is there any other comments on the festival?
I kind of agree with you, Mayor. It's kind of like if there was an additional restriction or something else, if our number starts, climbing again, then we may have to start looking at these and making other decisions. But for now, I say we plan.
What I'd like to do is I'd like to split these. First, I'd like a motion to approve the Fall Festival dates beginning Tuesday, September 14th through Saturday, September 18th for their annual festival.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. The next up would be the annual Fall Festival Parade beginning at noon, running from 17th and Main to 7th and Main. So what I'd like to do now is ask for a motion to approve the request to conduct a parade.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. And the last request, Board, is to allow the Promoters Club and the Poor Jack to use the parking lot and the utilities behind the senior center. Stephanie, our senior director's here tonight, and the time is good. I'll just ask if she has had any problems in the past with those people.
No, never. They're good. They're good there. They clean up their own trash and they do good.
Any thoughts on that?
No.
I want to throw this out. The Promoters Club has been a really, really good civic organization for the city. And they are financially strapped. They didn't have the opportunity to do any type of revenue generation last year due to COVID. So, and I'll talk about fireworks later on, but I would ask that you consider waiving the fee for water and electric this year, because the promoters would generally pay us, and I don't think it's that much, is it?
I honestly never seen those.
Okay. So I would ask that we consider waiving those two fees just this year until they get back on their feet, and then go back to they'll pay us for whatever they use.
I think it's a good idea.
What do you think, Dave?
I agree.
So how about we do a motion to approve the Promoters Club and the Poor Jack to use the parking lot behind the center and the utilities for water and electricity for their workers from Tuesday evening and through Sunday. And then we waive the fee this year for water and electric usage.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you, Board. I'll go back, Jim, if you can go back to the fireworks
My bad.
approval.
There's a lot of letters here from these guys. All right, for the fireworks, correct?
Yes, sir.
Board members, the Promoters Club would again like to request the city's permission to host our annual fireworks display. The request is to have it once again at Sarah T. Bolton Park on Saturday, July 3rd, 2021. The request that the Promoters Club have exclusive right to the park on that day, so we may determine what vendors are allowed at the event. We plan our festivities to begin at 4 p.m., but would like access to the park starting at 8 a.m. We will have numerous food booths and craft booths set up throughout the park. There will be a DJ with live music and other festivities. In cooperation with the Parks Department this year, there will be no parking allowed in the park on any grass areas. Off-pavement parking will be reserved for handicap and public service vehicles. At approximately 10 p.m., we will have the fireworks display conducted by Circle City Pyrotechnics. The display will last approximately 30 minutes, and all festivities will conclude after that. In past years, we have had excellent cooperation and assistance from the police, fire, and parks departments. We look forward to that cooperation again this year. Circle City Pyrotechnics and the Beech Grove Promoters Club will furnish the city with current certificates of insurance prior to the event. Respectfully, John Cirillo, Beech Grove Promoters Club.
Any thoughts, any comments or questions on this one? I think it's very important. This is the first event really that as we exit the COVID part that the city and the Promoters Club will put on. It was canceled last year due to COVID, and I really think this is an economic program as well. It draws thousands of people to the city, and hopefully they'll end up on Main Street eating in a restaurant. So I kind of pushed the issue to, I think it's very important for the city to have fireworks this year. And just to get back into some type of normalcy. That's my thoughts on it, and I'm excited about it. And I don't know what you folks think, but I would certainly recommend that we do this. If something happens, we canceled it last year. We could come back and cancel it again if we need to, but I don't think we will. What your thoughts, Craig?
No, I mean, I think that's fine. I think by July, the state government's gonna step in and relinquish a lot of these, restrictions, assuming there's nothing unforeseeable. But, people are gonna have to make a personal choice. You know, if they wanna go and if they wanna social distance and wear masks, that's probably gonna be, you know, maybe not mandatory. But, and again, that may be something we wanna revisit at some point too.
Agree.
We get some bad statistics about any surges, but at this point, I think we just kind of play it by ear and approve it tonight.
I would certainly recommend that we move forward. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the request to hold fireworks on July the 3rd and schedule a rain date of August 14th in the event July 3rd gets washed out.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. The last public event with the Promoters Club for this year is the car show, and I'll ask Jim to read the request into the record.
Dear members, the Promoters Club would like to request permission from the city to co-sponsor a car show on Main Street. We will be co-sponsors with the community group of Cars R Us. Request to hold this event on Sunday, September 26, 2021. Street closing requested will be Main Street from 2nd Avenue to 9th Avenue, and 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th Avenues from Main to the alleys, both the north and south sides. Time schedule will be from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. This will be a total static display. Once vehicles are parked, they will not be moved until they leave the show. There will be no motorized activities. The only moving vehicles will be golf carts. A proper certificate of insurance will be provided to the city from the Promoters Club. As with all of our events, we greatly need and appreciate the assistance and cooperation from both the police and fire departments. Respectfully, John Cirillo, Beech Grove Promoters Club.
This was another event that was canceled last year. And hopefully we'll be able to do it this year. It's a nice event that draws a lot of people down to Main Street. So I'll open it up. Any thoughts, any questions or comments?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the request for the annual Cars R Us car show on Sunday, September the 26th, 2021.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next up is a step increase for the fire department. Chief?
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I come before you this evening to ask for approval of the pay increase of Gary Harden to the position of third-year firefighter. If approved, Gary's pay will increase to $2,548.58 per pay period. This will take effect the payroll starting March 20th, 2021. The increase for position pay is in our 2021 budget.
Any questions for the chief?
I have none.
I have none.
Now I'll ask for a motion to approve the request for a step increase for firefighter Harden.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Next up is a permission to have a Santa house on Main Street. I want to introduce our senior director, Stephanie Bramlett. This is another good idea that she's come up with that I think is going to be really good for Main Street. Come on up, Steph.
Thank you, Mayor.
Good evening, Mayor, board members. I've come to you tonight to ask permission for a Santa house back on Main Street. I'm under my understanding there was one years ago, and it's going to be for the whole community, not just the senior center. We're asking permission to place that right here in front of City Hall, in front of the pillars. We have someone to sponsor the materials, building of the Santa house. We have a way to not only bring it, but remove it when that time has come. We also are asking permission to kick off Santa on Main Street with a parade that morning. December the 4th, we're hoping 10 o'clock. All of the city workers are on board, fire, police, DPW. If we can do this, if we have permission, they're ready to be in the parade. We'd like to kick it off down at 2nd and close the street off from 2nd down to 9th, with Santa being dropped off in front of the house to kick that off. We're hoping that it brings a lot of people to Main Street. After Santa's parade, then they can go down and visit the shops. That's also going to be kicking off our Christmas window display contest. This year, we're hoping to hold it for 2 weeks instead of 1. We had a great turnout last year, and more businesses have asked to participate in this year's window decorating contest. And I think that's about it.
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
Dave, any thoughts on it?
No, it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea. Stephanie's done a wonderful job of bringing businesses out together on Main Street and kind of going door to door and just getting them involved and getting them excited about the events and the holiday. So I applaud you for that because it's a hard task, but you've done very good. So I'm excited for all your events in the future because you've done well and you always do a good job and people are excited about it. So I appreciate that very much.
Thank you. So,
Absolutely.
Maybe we can get Maurice and Schwartz to be the Santa's helpers.
we have a Mrs. Claus and an elf costume.
That was
That-
a cheap shot. He's not
We're still not done. Someone brought up a suggestion to kick off the lights that evening on December the 4th. So I have sponsorship for the candy canes, the hot chocolate, everything for the kids that we have planned, but we're looking for a sponsorship of fireworks to kick off the evening time. So hopefully we'll be back and be asking for that permission as well.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think there's a couple motions. One is to allow, the Santa house will be on a trailer to where, is that right, Steph?
That is correct.
To where they just pull it up. Allow the Santa house to be parked in front of City Hall. How long?
So December 4th, from December 4th until Christmas, the day after Christmas, and then it can be removed.
Okay. That would be the first motion, is to allow the Santa house to be out in front of City Hall.
I'll make said motion.
A second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. The second motion would be for a parade. December 4th, Steph?
Correct, 10 a.m.
10 o'clock, December 4th, beginning at 2nd and Main, going west to 9th Street.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. She struck up a really good friendship with a big corporate business here in Beech Grove, and they have done a lot of things for the senior center, and I think they're going to be the ones who puts the bill on this Santa's house. And if you go back far enough, There was a Santa's house at Sixth and Main a long time ago, and I told staff that it was also an Easter Bunny house in the spring. So, you know, we go back to the way it was a long time ago. That would be so neat. But I appreciate the efforts by our senior director.
Absolutely.
We'll move on to the next order of business is opioid rescue kit agreement. The state of Indiana has issued or has located 250 sites for naloxone box installations. They have to be out by an interstate highway. So the Beech Grove Drug-Free Coalition is going to take the lead, and Beech Grove has been selected as one of those sites. So they are going to enter into an agreement with the state of Indiana for this naloxone box location. What I would like for the board to do this evening is enter into an agreement as well, and we would just put it on hold just in case the state releases more boxes. So we can have one here or somewhere in the city for somebody to use. So tonight, all I'm asking is that we enter into this, we approve this agreement and sit on it and wait to see what the state does, because I hopefully think that they will put more boxes out. And these boxes are desperately needed throughout the state, not just here. So I'll open it up for any questions or comments.
Are there any fees associated with this?
Free.
Free.
So if there's not any other questions or comments, I'll ask for a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding concerning overdose lifeline.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. And what we'll do is we'll just sit on this and wait to see if the state releases more boxes. All we have to do then is sign off on it and send it in. So, thank you for that. Next up, board, is an agreement. It's not really an agreement, it's just an information for K&K Fence. This is part of the Greenway project. There are two properties located along the Greenway that are directly affected by the Greenway. And one of them is at 1433 Park Meadow Drive. There is, I would say, probably less than 10-foot gap between a steep incline and a retaining wall for this property. So what I want to do is I want to have a fence installed that will do two things. That will allow privacy for this homeowner, plus keep people off of that edge. And Craig, I don't know if you want to chime in on this.
Yeah, that edge is a safety issue. So I think the fence would be is a good add to that trail.
There's no additional funding. This would be absorbed in the contract for the Greenway. But I just think it's a security issue, and it's definitely a safety issue to walk back there and see that. Because if you drop off of that edge there, you go down about 12 feet. So I would like to seal that off to where nobody can go back there. So the only thing I'm asking tonight is to approve the proposal. The proposal, it's going to cost $5,750 to do this, and that's already in the project, the cost. So it's not any new money. It's already been budgeted for. So the only thing I want to do is to disclose it publicly that we are doing this.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
any thoughts or any questions?
Thank you for your transparency.
I have
Appreciate
none.
that.
Dave, any thoughts?
No, I'm good with it.
Sandy, no thoughts? Okay, I'll proceed with signing this and send it to the fence company. I'll let Craig take a look at it, see if he has any issues with it. And then, tomorrow I'll send it off. One last topic, and it's a piece of paper, a letter that Jim got this morning, and I just passed it out before the meeting started. It's a request from the Moose Lodge, and I'll ask Jim to read it into the record.
Yeah, this came in the mail today. To whom it may concern, we are requesting to have the roads closed on April 18th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a truck show that the Moose Lodge is hosting. We'd like the street closed from 2nd Street to Emerson and halfway on the alley next to our additional parking lot. Attached is a flyer for the event. That was not attached to this paper, but I think they forgot that step. Thank you, Julie Sexton, Secretary of Moose Riders, Beech Grove, 1883 Lodge.
Thank you, Jim. This is something that they do throughout the year, so they're good people over there, and they do a lot for the city as well. So if there's no thoughts or comments or questions, I'll ask for a motion to approve the Moose Lodge's request for a road closure on April 18th.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. That concludes new business this evening. Comments from board members?
I have none.
I have a comment, Mayor. This past weekend, I met a gentleman by the name of Gary Pryor. He cleaned up the trash and debris, broken glass that is on 9th Street, 465 underpass, right there by Grovewood. It was a real hazard for people who were taking walks or walking their pets, or even for the kids that walk to and from school. That was just a bad, full of trash. And he cleaned that up. It was quite the mess, and I just wanted to give a shout out to him for doing that. And also encourage any residents, if you're going on a walk in this warm weather, grab a trash bag. There's plenty of trash to be picked up. Let's help make Beech Grove beautiful.
I couldn't agree more. Before the meeting, I told Sandy that I was going to declare April as Clean Up Beech Grove Month, because when it gets into the spring and the weather breaks, they start sweeping the streets, and the city turns green, and we need to get the trash picked up.
Yeah. And watch over your neighbors too. If you have elderly neighbors, give them a helping hand too, because trash blows in their yard just as it does yours. So watch out for your neighbors.
I couldn't agree more. Having said that, if there's no further business, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
Meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting is Monday, April the 5th. Thank you very much.